the last time I was on here, but it's okay. Shrinkage is real when you got the fro life going on, you know. But anyway, I hope you guys are all well. Hope you're, trying to stay warm because it seems like everywhere is like really like cold temperatures, even like in places where it should be warm. So, I'm in Connecticut, so hi, man. We were just taking a nap. Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cold here. It's only like maybe 20 degrees or something like that. Um, so yeah, I know like there's like a lot going on in that regard. So just stay safe and stay warm. I hope you guys have been well since the last time we checked in. I believe we checked in. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. I forget. I think it was Monday. Um, yeah, like we were talking about that earlier. That's crazy. The weather is that cold down there. Like you think like it's the South, it should be warm, right? Like all year round. But oh boy, what have we done to the environment, huh? That's a whole different conversation. So we're gonna do something kind of cool tonight, guys. We're gonna, or whenever you watch this, let's light that fire. Hell yeah, let's light that fire. Yeah, so we're gonna do a past life reading, collective reading, um, to see who we might have been in past lifetime. Now, keep in mind, since this is a collective, reading, some things will resonate, some things won't. But the overall message, there might still be something in it within it for you that might, resonate. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna pull out these bad boys, the past life oracle deck, and I've already cleansed the space and done all my mantras and all that good stuff. So yeah. So let's get started. Spirit, I let positive energy into this reading for the collective. We show us what we need to see for our highest good at this time when it comes to this part of our journeys. Yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to pull a few because I know, again, because this is a collective reading, some cards might resonate with some and some might not resonate with others. And that seems pretty legit. For those of you who end up watching the live, check my girl Delilah's Den out. She's amazing. She's a reader as well, and she's just great at what she does. Super awesome person in general. Love that girl. Check her out on her Facebook under Castor River. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, so let's get started. All right. I had a feeling this card was. All right, so we have vows. Now, if you look at the picture, looks kind of like somebody who might be in like a monastery or something like that, right? With the garbs that they've got on. This showed up for me in my reading too. So maybe you guys have a similar background when it comes to your past life, but we're going to look deeper. All right, so let's pull out a few cards. And then we'll pull some tarot to kind of see what can be worked on in this lifetime when it comes to that past life energy. First, most accurate messages. Love life. Okay. Have love life. So perhaps your love life from your past affects your current love life. So some of you might be dealing with karmic partners or soulmates, twin flames, that kind of thing. Tell us more. Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Tell us more. Be sure to hit that like button. Comment within the comment sections and those reactions, so I know when things are feeling like they're hitting. We have biblical. So some of you guys might have been around during even like as far back as biblical times. Like you have like a royal bloodline, I'm getting. Um, for some of you, I just happen to look at the bottom of the deck. For some of you, you might have been whatever you are currently in this lifetime, it might have been the opposite in the past lifetime. Tell us more. And that would explain why like that card with the vows kind of showed up too. Like perhaps, download. Let's see what other cards come up, but I'm gonna say it. Some of you might have taken a vow of like some type of vow, like you know, when it came to romance. Like maybe you vowed to not have a partner, no romantic partner, no sex, that kind of thing. And it was based on faith. Tell us more. What we got? Phobias. So stuff from your past lifetime is impacting you in this current lifetime. And with this love life card here too, it's interesting because it's like your love life might have some type of impact. Obviously it does, but like it could be saying that, you know, maybe you have fear of love and romance because of phobias from your past life. They have leaving or traveling if I'm dead. Monk or nun. It says something about a nun in that aspect before. Wow, this is interesting. Maybe there's like abandonment issues. We have mother in the middle of the deck. Tell us more. Maybe you left like an old love life behind for your biblical purposes and pursuits, or faith-based pursuits. Because I definitely was picking up on like a monastery or something for some of y'all. Tell us more. Clearest, most accurate messages. Thank you. Imprisonment or slavery. So some of you might have been imprisoned or enslaved. That could also have something to do with those phobias, right? Maybe some of you guys broke your vows and were punished for it. During that period of time, you might have also dealt with the strife of food and hunger. I just heard food insecurity. Download. Tell me if it resonates in the comments. For somebody here who is watching, I feel like you might have a phobia when it comes to like rationing and like food. You might have like a hard time like with wasting food. You might be very, I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? We shouldn't be wasting food anyway. There's people who deserve it and don't have it in other places. But because of the food insecurity that you faced in a past lifetime, you might be very big on making sure you like eat all your meals. You could be like, you might even like eat until you're so full, like feel like you're gonna throw up, but you keep eating because you can't stop. Not like food disorder type of stuff or eating disorder kind of thing, but more so because again, you're worried about where that next meal, or you used to be worried about where that next meal is coming from. Take it as it resonates, but that's something I just picked up on. Tell us more. I'll pull maybe 4 or 5 more from this deck, and then we'll start pulling the tarot. And like I said, keep in mind, guys, that this is a collective reading, so some parts are going to probably hit close to home. Some parts are going to be like, that has nothing to do with me. What the hell is she talking about? So please understand that, you know, I'm picking up on energies of you guys and the people who are going to be watching later. So, you know, it's a lot of different energies that are going to be coming in. Everybody's not going to have the same exact past life. That's why I'm pulling a few cards, just to kind of get a feel of like the basis of a lot of the energies coming in. Tell us more. Thank you. Health. Some of you might have been health practitioners in a past life. Look at that energy. High priest or high or priestess. Mm-hmm. I'm getting some of you might have been like natural healers. That could have been why you were enslaved or imprisoned. It might have went against what was being said, like, biblically and stuff like that. Almost like a witch doctor kind of thing. Again, take it as it resonates. Everybody's gonna have different stories. Yeah, I just heard. If you guys like Alvin and the Chipmunks, I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. I told the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ching, ching, wow, wow, ding, ding. I just heard that. We have trust and faith on the top of the deck here as we're talking about this. So maybe your trust and faith was like kind of called into question because you were practicing this. Mm. Remember I said something about karmic relationships too. It's the middle of the deck. Let's get yeah, that explains why love life came up as well. So I'm getting like a few different storylines. So like, keep up with me as I'm kind of spewing them all out, because it's hard to like, pin them all together, because like there's somebody who has like a karmic past love life, and that might, I would say that somebody might be from the south. So like that could explain some phobias. Then some other people, might have been like witch doctors, and they were they were enslaved because of it, because it went against faith. For others, somebody took a vow of some type of vow, and it was probably in terms of either they weren't able to be romantically and sexually involved with people, no marriage, none of that stuff, and or something that had to do with like a poverty, like almost like a poverty vow, where you were only allowed a certain amount of food, you were only allowed a certain amount of money, or no money at all. I'm even kind of picking up on like communal living. I would not be shocked if that card were to come up. So let's get like maybe 3 more cards, and then we'll start looking into the tarot. Again, tell me if it's resonating for you guys, or if it's feeling like it makes sense, and some hearts, some likes. Galactic. Some of you are star seeds. You were put here to help humanity heal. And that could be another reason why you were enslaved too, right? It's like, having that whole completely different outlook on, certain things. And it's like, people are like, who the fuck is this person? And what are they talking about? That's going completely against the Bible. That's going completely against our faith, blah, blah, blah. And that put your ass in this situation. So some of you, I'm even getting another download, some of you might even be so afraid to actually like showcase your gifts and stuff, if you do have those type of gifts, or talk about these kind of things, because you're afraid of judgment from others, or being persecuted by other people because of what you believe in. Take that as it resonates. That food and hunger card is here again. Yeah, remember I said something about, I feel like somebody took a vow of like poverty, finances, vows. You can't make this shit up, middle of the deck. There we go. So we have a lot of storylines going on here, but they're all kind of intermeshing, right? Wow. Let's get 2 more. There it goes, finances. A little bit of confirmation. You also have unrequited love under the deck. That goes back to that love life card, right? Maybe your past karmic lover, the love was unrequited. I knew this card was gonna fucking come out. I felt it. I felt it. There it goes. The communal living card. I felt it. And that's where like that whole like, if you're one of those people who are always worried about like, you know, let's put it like this. If you're like overly frugal, again, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you know, it's like if it becomes obsessive, okay, it's like, okay, tone it down a little bit, right? So for those of you who are very frugal and you're always like worrying about where that next meal is going to come from, or like you know, when it comes to spending, again, not necessarily a bad thing, but like you're always like overly concerned about finances and money. It's because of the fact that you didn't know where your money was going to come from before in the past life. So now you're like, okay, I got to make sure that shit's right. I'm even getting, for some people, you might have a fear of like, because we do have phobias here, you might even have a fear of like success, because you in past lifetimes, like the the material world was not something that you paid attention to. You weren't allowed to, because you took a vow not to do that, right? So it's like now in this 3D world that we're in, where everything's about materialism, right? Everything's about money, 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 money. So it's like you probably have a hard time with that because of the fact that like you didn't live in that realm before. It's just different and new now. Um, you might even be the type of person where when you do start coming up financially, you're always like giving, giving, giving. So you never actually get to keep any of it. Again, let me know if it's resonating. Um, yeah, lessons and blessings, right? In the middle of the deck here. So tell us more. Let's get one more and we'll get like an overarching theme, and then we'll go into the tarot portion. Excuse me. Once I start burping and sneezing, those are my two things. Or like my nose starts to tickle at all. I'm like, okay, I'm onto something here. Karmic relationship finally showed up like on the actual table now. Yeah. Mm. That could have been during like some of you might have been like part of the Greece and Roman empires. So that's how far back for some of you this could go. Leaving or travel is on the top of the deck. Saw that twice now. Perhaps that karmic romance like kind of up and left you like out of nowhere for whatever reason. I practice forgiveness on here. Some of you might even have ties to Egypt. Some of you might have been a scribe or a writer. Ooh, I just got to download. Some of you might have even written some of like the, you know, how there's like, you know, the Greek mythology and stuff. This is a little far-fetched, but this is a possibility because I'm getting it as a download. Some of you might have been responsible for some of those writings. If you've been if you've always had like a draw to Greek mythology and things like that, and like reading those particular texts and things like that, there might be a reason why for some of you. Let's get one more overarching theme here, and then we're gonna go into the tarot. Wow. Thank you. And trees. the tree. If you guys like, sorry. If you guys watch South Park, and they did the little spoof about my boy Michael Jackson. Shit was funny. I'm sorry. That's my boy. Shit was funny. The beautiful tree. That shit. You guys actually might really love trees. You might have always liked climbing trees, or just always felt drawn to nature in that way, feeling grounded when you are in nature around trees. Yeah. I also just heard Tree of Life. I don't know what that means in this context, but I did hear it. Yeah, it could also just be saying hug a tree, right? Get grounded. That unrequited love here again. Oh, wait, something just went dark. Something just went dark. Something went very dark. For somebody, and I'm sorry to say it, someone, either your person in a past lifetime or yourself, might have actually committed suicide by hanging themselves from a tree. That's dark. I did not want to go there. It just kind of happened that way. But you see, like underneath the unrequited love card here, with, and this is clarifying tree, we have this, and they have their backs turned to each other, and then under that is leaving or travel, transportation, and then baby. So there might have even been a baby involved in this. So, ooh, that's dark. Blessings and blessings on the top of the deck. What's under that? Communal living again. Spouse, yeah. But for somebody that really could. We got medicine man or medicine woman here too. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. This is stuff that's actually here. Now keep in mind, like, it's going to intertwine the different storylines. So if you've been keeping up, then you could kind of piece things together. But yeah, wow. Someone was persecuted for being that. Yeah, we have wisdom under that with persecution and inquisition. Um, and then we saw the imprisonment card, so it's kind of a similar, background there. But yeah, there might have been somebody who decided to do that in a past lifetime. I'm sorry. Um, Egypt in the middle of the deck. Okay, so one thing about these readings, they don't always be all cute, pretty little readings, and I try to stay away from the ones that are. I guess I like a challenge. All right. So let's see. We're going to start pulling the tarot. All right. We have Queen of Swords, bottom of the deck. A lot of you might make head over heart decisions. Why? Because there's that phobia of love there, right? The love life card, and then the karmic relationship, and the phobia is like, I can see why you're afraid of love and connection. It makes sense. Especially, like, let's say in this current lifetime, you've experienced a lot of heartbreaks. It's like, it makes it very difficult to really even move in the direction of love. All right, Spirit. So let's get a card to represent, based off of this energy here. Let's get a card to represent the most relevant past life. I always like when it resonates with somebody. I'm like, please resonate, so I don't feel like I'm just completely missing the target here. So what do we have here? We have the Star. So this is representing past lifetimes, right? Now remember, I was saying that a lot of you guys were healers, right? We had that health card. And then we actually did see the medicine man and medicine woman. So that's like the lifetime in particular, I think right now, that's like impacting you. Because you had to have that sense of strength to go against the grain. I'm picking up on. You had to do things differently. While you helped other people. Yeah. Yeah, you had to make a conscious decision. Seven of Cups is here in the middle of the deck. Like, you had to make a conscious decision to say, okay, well, I'm going to go against the grain. I know that other people are going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? That's completely against what we're supposed to be doing or saying or whatever, but you did it anyway, You guys are like rebels. Tell us more. What's something that might be unresolved from the past life connections, or past lives, not connections, but past lives? Thank you. Your attachment to the money. Ace of Pentacles. Um, yeah, it's giving me like, you guys, because of the vows you took, again, you have that interesting connection with money, a lot of you, where you're not comfortable with having it. It's like the universe is constantly trying to like give it to you some kind of way, and then you give it to everybody else or whatever. You get weirded out about it in general. Like, I can vouch and say, for like just me speaking personally, like the same cards that are coming up for you, some of these came up for me, not all of them, but some of them came up for me too. In particular, the vow to poverty and hunger, and communal living. Those in particular came up for me. And it's interesting that I mean, obviously I'm a part of the collective, so my energy might show up as well. Even when I cleanse, it doesn't matter. Like, it still could possibly show up, but you guys are also part of my soul tribe. So you're going to get, you're going to gravitate for that reason, because it's going to make sense to you a lot of the time. So that's one of the things that, in this lifetime that needs to kind of be resolved, is your connection with money, and how you view money. Yeah, we got Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, again, like that, it's that sense of changing how you look at it, being more enthusiastic about it. When it starts to, when you get a sense of abundance and it's coming your way, pay attention, right, and accept it. You earned it. Nothing to feel bad about. It's also a time to just, generally speaking, just pay close attention and study these different things. There's a reason why I got drawn to this reading. So this is a time to kind of study yourself at this point of, really analyzing and saying, that kind of connects to why I feel this way about this, and that. That might explain this phobia and this, and that. You know what I mean? Like, looking at the history of things happening in this lifetime and connecting it back to what's being said here and what has technically transpired and happened in past lifetimes. Yeah. Yeah, you guys get your your emotions involved. It's like you're always like, oh, like I want to do this, and that, and then you're like, oh, but my heart is like, no. And then sometimes you think with your head too, and you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah, it's like this back and forth struggle, between your head and your heart, and like doing what you feel is right. And it's all coming back down to those vows and those phobias from the past. Wow, this is interesting. You are hilarious. I cannot with you. All right, Spirit. So, can you tell us how this is affecting the collective at this time in the current lifetime? How is this affecting the current lifetime? Or yeah, just say it like that. This current life. How? Thank you. 2 cards. Okay. It slows down anything you try to manifest. You got the Knight of Pentacles along with the Magician. So it's like you guys are like master manifestors. Like, you have all these gifts and willpower, all this stuff, but then you slow yourself down because you're always like, as soon as you get ready to do something, you pull your own self back and you say, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Whether it's a fear of failure or, again, fear of success. It's like as soon as you're about to like kind of hit the ground running to do something, you stop yourself. You're like, wait, hold it. But you're slowing your own self down and everything, all the blessings that are meant to come towards you. And we have a lot of between major arcana and aces that we're seeing on the table here, you know. And another thing, again, is showing up more than once now that I've been picking up is a lot of times one of the things that slows you down is your community. So that can mean your friends, your family, whatever. You're always worried about leaving people behind. Like, okay, if I'm too successful, am I gonna still be able to be there for this person, that person? If I move away, am I gonna, you know, still be as easily accessible to my friends and family in the way that I used to be? Things like that. So it slows you down. So we got the Three of Cups here on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, look, friends and family. Look at this, friends, family, top of the deck with this Four of Wands. And it literally says community. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to, guys. I'm just saying. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Yeah, so it makes it very hard for you to, again, move in a new direction. Seize the opportunities that are, you know, coming your way. As soon as there's an opportunity that presents itself, you pull yourself back. Tell me if it resonates, because that's what it's looking like, you know, from what I'm seeing so far, you know. Very, very interesting. Okay, so why does the collective need to complete this unresolved lesson here? Like, why? What's the why behind this? Excuse me. Here go the burps. The reason why is because there's something else waiting for you on the other side of all of it. This is a transitional period for you in this particular lifetime. You're moving on from all of those things. The Six of Swords is here. You know, you're literally moving from the rougher waters to the calmer waters, and it's allowing you to, you know, basically open all those doors of opportunity that were previously closed to you. It's just, it's about the hard work you've already put into everything else. This is like you reaping your dharma now. You know, your good karma's coming in. But at the end of the day, the choice is also yours. Right? Why? Because you have to be able to accept these major endings with this death card here in the bottom of the deck. You have to be able to be the one to say, okay, I'm closing those old chapters out. Like they served their purpose when they did. I learned whatever lessons I had to learn, so on and so forth. Now this is the time for me to make this major transition in my life, in this lifetime, so that I can apply the lessons that were learned in the past and, you know, move on down, shimmy on down the line to the next thing, you know, because every lifetime we learn something, right? But in this one, this is more about reaping your karmic abundance. I'm picking up on your divine inheritance. Very interesting. Yeah, and there's a lot of anxiety about this. There's fear, there's anxiety in your head a lot about it, because you're like, damn, am I doing the right thing by like closing out these different things? And it's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, because it's time to like invest in yourself. You've already put in time and energy into everything and everyone else, including in past lifetimes. You probably are that person who like puts in so much time and energy into other people all the time to a fault. And now you're learning that, okay, that's just for the birds. I gotta pick up the pieces and move on. Like there's no more of this. Like I just heard no more Mr. Nice Guy. No more. Who sings that? That's not Alice Cooper. Damn. I don't. If you guys know, put it in the comment section. If you guys are, you know, fellow rockers like me and my son, we rock out sometimes. And I just heard that. I feel like it might be Alice Cooper, but I'm not sure. But yeah, you know, it's like no more of that. Like you've done enough. You literally vowed your life in a past lifetime to, you know, putting the community before your own needs. You know, it's time to start to release that so you can bring in stuff and welcome stuff in. Look at that. Tell us more. So how can this particular unresolved circumstance be cleared out? How can it be resolved? You have the Page of Cups here. I'm picking up on part of it being really getting in tune with that inner child, possibly for some of you. Definitely picking up on that. Sorry for me pausing and staring off and stuff. It's because I'm picking up on a download, but I can't quite figure it out. Even though it didn't show up in the past life cards, some of you take this as it resonates. Some might have been orphaned, and that might be why because I did see I think the mother card was one of the cards I saw while I was just in the deck. And I also saw I did actually see the orphan card, and I saw forgiveness. So for some of you, not all, but for somebody, there might be some forgiving that needs to happen for that reason, and also just getting more in tune with that inner child. So you might have like abandonment issues that still kind of plague you even now, that might have kind of rolled over into this lifetime. Yeah, and it makes it where it's you're very guarded, right? Very protective of that part of yourself. I mean, rightfully so when you've been through all this type of stuff. Also keep in mind that the Page of Cups is somebody who's very intuitive. So it could also just be saying this might be a time to really nurture and foster your spiritual gifts, if you've had any. Top of the deck, we do have the Justice card. So there's a lot of karma being distributed, right? Karmic lessons and closing out karmic cycles, learning, how to release unrequited karmic partners from past lifetimes and even in this lifetime, so on and so forth. There's a lot of just releasing and things of that nature going on too. Yeah, look at that, the Hierophant in the middle of the deck. This might also be a time to really evaluate your value systems and your belief systems. Because remember, we did have a lot of that energy talking about faith and all that stuff. What do you really believe in, and where does it stem from? Do you actually even believe in those things? Are those things that you only believe in because you were told you had to believe in it, so on and so forth? Take all of that part as it resonates. Tell us more. What's the importance of this lesson here? What's the importance? What's the importance of this lesson for the collective? I also got another download. Sorry, guys. Remember, I was saying because it makes sense now too, with the Seven of Wands card. I also feel in the Hierophant, it's also important to remember that you should never allow anyone to dictate your belief system, right? Well, you stand firm in what you believe in. If it's what you believe it to be your truth. There's a reason for that. Don't let anything or anyone deter you from that, because at the end of the day, you are responsible. You should be responsible for your belief systems and your faith. Because there's people who tell you, oh, even with what we're doing right now, right? Me reading these cards and you watching me read these cards. People will say, oh yeah, that's the devil's work and stuff like that. because I'm helping people through cards. Now, if I just was speaking the same stuff that I'm saying right now, it would be no problem. But because I'm using cards to do it, it's bad. Like, make it make sense, right? It's like, come on, it doesn't make sense. But there are people who really, the same way that we need to stand firm in what we believe in when it comes to this stuff, is the same way other people stand firm in it. But the difference is, there's people who pull the wool over their eyes because they don't want to actually reevaluate and think about why they believe in what they believe in. There's nothing wrong with it, but why do you believe in it? Do you truly believe in it, or is it because somebody told you you need to? Is it fear-based? Is it because you don't want to go to hell? Right? Like, these are the things that we have to ask ourselves. We shouldn't just believe in anything and follow any faith blindly. Do your research. Always stay curious and skeptical, so that you don't just follow anything blindly. That's silly. You know what I mean? And I might rub some people the wrong way on that. That's fine. What you gotta do. Exit stage left. But that's one thing I just picked up on too. But anyway, so yeah, so what's the importance of this lesson? It's about that sense of stability. We also have a sense of community here too, but I'm getting more like about stable foundations, right? There weren't a lot of stable foundations in general in these past lifetimes. Everything was always based on shaky value systems or shaky love situations or whatever. So then it's like, oh, in this lifetime, they're like, okay, it's time to get grounded, get yourself really connected and really rooted, and understand the importance of those stable foundations throughout the different areas of your life, whether it's in terms of romance, whether it's in terms of the community that you surround yourself with and who's around you. Excuse me, sorry. That's what I'm getting here, yeah. It's picking all those pieces up, everything being reevaluated, okay? Tower on the bottom of the deck. Really just looking over everything all over again and trying to figure it all out. What does it all mean? This is also a time, remember I was talking about like forgiveness earlier? A lot of you guys did experience a lot of pain. I'm even getting, I also just picked up on, for some it is a twin flame, because that Four of Wands could represent twin flames. So for some it could also end up with a karmic relation, all this stuff. So it's like there could have been like a karmic or a twin flame connection that really left you brokenhearted, that you still have to learn to mend from and also forgive that person. Easier said than done, I know. But that's one of the things that tend to get passed down lifetime after lifetime, is the forgiveness portion that a lot of us don't really like to do. Yeah. And don't be afraid to take those opportunities and run with them when they do start to present themselves, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities starting to come your way. So this is a time for you to really, conquer these things and move forward in the direction that you feel and see fit for yourself. So what's some of the energy or characteristics that the collective can, channel here in this particular lifetime? Here's most accurate message. That last card don't want to come out. Come on. Stop being stubborn. Thank you. Seven of Cups. I feel like when I see that card in this context, I feel like, because this is what they're saying for you to, channel. I feel like they're saying, I just heard Dream On by Aerosmith, if you're Aerosmith fans. Like, dream on. Keep being that big dreamer that, people might tease sometimes and say, what the fuck are you talking about? because even in past lifetimes, you were a trailblazer. You went against the grain. You were a rebel. And I feel like in this lifetime, you're going to do the same. Don't be afraid to do that. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah. Dream big, too, when you do. Ten of Pentacles. You know, you're about to receive everything that you were meant to receive. Remember I said earlier, like your divine inheritance, like everything that's meant to come to you is coming towards you. That's why that first card out was, for the tarot anyway, was that Ace of Pentacles. Technically it was the second card, but still, like, nonetheless, you know, we had the Star and then the Ace of Pentacles following it. I mean, that's still pretty damn good. Yeah, remain passionate, right, about your pursuits. Whatever you put your mind to, just always be passionate about it. Yeah. And take life by the fucking balls when you do it, with the world in the middle of the deck. You know, as you close these cycles out that no longer serve you, because again, you're the one who's meant to do it. So I think this is a very dope ass energy. We're gonna do some closing messages. Relatively new deck. I only used it maybe 2 or 3 times. It's hard to take the top off. For those of you who stuck around, I hope you've been enjoying the reading. I hope it's resonating. I hope you find it helpful and insightful. Send some reactions or some comments, some likes, all that good stuff. Greatly appreciated. Or appreciative, I should say. For those of you who end up watching it later, please like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. I appreciate all of you very much. Alright, so we've got, oh, there goes the itchy nose. We've got Horus, manifestation vortex. Belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. Didn't we just talk about you guys are like master fucking manifestors? Confirmation. That Eye of Horus energy. It's almost like whatever you believe you can create, but don't stand in your own way and block your own blessings by being in this energy. Easier said than done, based on the energy we're seeing here, right? That fear of success and even fear of failure, fear of having too much money, fear of not being able to help everybody else. It's like, you gotta let that go. Too many things coming in towards you. All right, so let's, God, my nose is so itchy. Yes, let's get maybe 3 or 4 cards to close out. Sorry guys, they're coming out very slow because one, I cleansed all the space, and on top of that, this is like a relatively new deck. I've only used it maybe 3 times, I think. Thank you. Paul the Venetian. Gifted one. Nice. Revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. Yes, it's your time to shine, baby. Using those gifts that you've got and being able to actually, like, you know, do something positive with it. Like, in this lifetime, you can do that. You weren't able to really do it the way you wanted to before because you were literally imprisoned or enslaved or persecuted for it. But, like, now you can, like, because of this lifetime that we're in, we can actually show off these gifts. And people still are judgmental, and that's fine. Fuck them. At the end of the day, you know, show off those gifts and those talents. I was afraid to show my gifts and talents off for a very long time. And I'm thankful for my girl, Delilah's Den, who, you know, helped me along the way in the past year with it, because like I was very on the fence about really putting myself out there. I finally am like more, you know, comfortable, and I don't really care as much. I won't say I don't care at all because that would be a lie, but I don't care as much about the thoughts and opinions of others at this point. So thank you, Allie, aka Delilah's Den, aka Castor River. Very, very grateful for you for that. What we got? The Blue Beings. light transmission, wounds healed, important information charging up. So again, about the healing process, gaining a lot of wisdom and knowledge because of all the stuff that you've learned, right? I like that energy. It's giving me like that galactic card that we saw earlier. Charging up, all it up. Let's get maybe two more. Thank you. All right. Lady Nada. Expanded heart, openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. So that's stemming from that fear when it comes to romantic relationships, right? Being more open to love as you release those old wounds and heal those old wounds that no longer are serving you. Let's get one more. Or two. So we have, excuse me, it's giving me kind of heart chakra vibes because of all this green I'm seeing here. But it says Hilarion, divine emergence. Be seen. Yeah, exactly. Wow, look at that. Be seen. Let the world know your gifts. Yeah. It all comes back full freaking circle, right? That whole fact that a lot of the people who are viewing currently or who are going to view this have this fear of letting their spiritual gifts be shown and seen. This is a time to show it off. Hey, how are you? Yeah, this is the time to let the world really see. And it came out along with, ooh, I am not going to be able to say this. Let me see if I could try to pronounce it. Vajrayogini. I'm probably saying that completely wrong. Bear with me. I apologize. Oh, look at that. They came out together. Makes a lot of sense. Transcending fear, right? These came out together. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. Wow, wow, wow. The fact that these came out together as the last cards I'm picking from this deck, other than like the top and bottom of the deck, like, that's pretty crazy. And like I said, it's all coming back full circle. And remember, we did figure out that one of the biggest past life experiences and situations is really just that whole, like, a lot of people were, they went against the grain and they were like, medicine men or women and healers and things like that, and it went against the grain when it came to the spiritual beliefs of the community around people. And that was one of the things that literally got people imprisoned, possibly even killed in some cases. Oh, remember I was saying something about feeling like somebody might have committed suicide, like by hanging themselves from a tree. This is a dark reading part of it, honey. It's not all dark, I promise, but there was like some darker energy earlier on in the reading. This could also be about that persecution that we had saw. Literally, there were people who were being hung, probably for being like witches and things like that. Holy shit. You see how everything comes back full circle? That's wild. So for those of you who did not get to watch from the beginning, there was a lot going on in the beginning. You're going to be like, what? Good possibility. We didn't necessarily see Salem, but we did get hiccup on people being that type of energy. I even jokingly said I heard the Alvin and Chipmunks song, the Witch Doctor song. Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, ting, wah, wah, bing, that shit. I literally had it like as a channeled song. So yes, for some people, it could have been something along those lines. Or if not Salem, then just in general being killed for being like that healer type of energy, witches, things like that. That definitely is a possibility for some people who come across this reading. Bottom of the deck, we have the same card that came up a little while ago. Chorus, manifestation, vortex, belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. So we see that card twice here. You guys definitely are able to manifest anything you want to. So you're showing up as like that magician energy, which we did see earlier. Top of the deck, we have the divine director. Trust the process. Create space for divine order to unfold. You're the director of your own life. Wow. Whatever you want to create, it's up to you. Just take heed to the fact that you have to release these old things, these old attachments, that those fears of, worrying about other people's opinions of you, or the fear of failure, the fear of success. Those vows that you took in a past lifetime, when it came to, for some of you, not all, when it came to vows of poverty, or vows of abstinence and no relationships and things like that, vows of hunger. Literally, some people took those vows, and lived in like communal settings where everything's about the community. You don't know how to do anything just for yourself. Now granted, you don't want to be overly selfish, right? That's not necessarily a bad thing, but like at the same time, when all you care about is everybody else and never for yourself, that's when it could become problemsome. All right, middle of the deck we have Serapis Bay. Paradigm shift. Yep. Shifting everything, right? Paradigm shift. Everything's in alignment and everything's going to start to shift and change right before your eyes. We have activation to grow. Make the necessary change. So these changes start within yourself. Yep. And we did see you put the scales there. We did see the justice card, and I said something about balancing the scales. You guys are in the season, or lifetime really, of receiving all of your good karma or your dharma now. Like, this is profound, honestly. Like, to see where you guys were in your previous lifetimes to where you are now. Like, that's wild, man. There's a deck that I got drawn to, and now I need to find them. There they go. I have like mad decks next to me, just for easy accessibility. All right. So let's get some last cards. I know I said those were the last cards, but for real this time, some last cards. Little like affirmations and stuff like that. Wow, that's crazy. Isn't it scary how, like, okay, not, I don't want to use the word scary, but crazy. Let's say crazy, enlightening, whatever word you would like to use. The fact that one of you guys, like, because, like, unfortunately, like, once this is over, people who watch later, they're not going to see it in terms of the comments. But, like, as I started to say this, it was 57 on the clock. But to say that someone had pulled the hangman card from a Native American deck, and someone's literally hanging in the picture, the depiction of the card, it's just crazy, because it's like, wow, like, it just shows that there's that connection there, right, with me and those who are watching. So this is definitely going to hit close for some of you guys, whoever ends up watching. All right, so let's get these last messages, and then I haven't decided if I'm going to do another reading. What time is it? I don't have my Fitbit on. It's got to be probably around maybe 9:15 or so now. I'm trying to think, do I want to do one more reading or not? And if I do, I don't know what I want to do. Leave some comments in the comment section, or some hearts or something if you guys want me to go live again. Maybe I'll just do a general energy read. Sorry for the cards coming out so slow. Like I said, when I cleanse the hell out of my space and myself. So sometimes there we go, burps again. Sometimes the cards come out very slow. It doesn't mean that there's not a message here. It just means that, it's just like, it has to warm up. There we go. We have leadership. Now, we already saw that energy. Interestingly enough, you guys are like leaders. You were leaders before, you're leaders now, or meant to be. But you have to live in your power. Got miracles on the bottom of the deck. You guys are able to perform miracles. It's pretty cool. Let's get maybe 3 more from this deck to close out. Thank you. Gateway. It's like the pathway and the gateway is like being opened up for you. Like, it's just a matter of going in that direction. Yeah, because there's opportunities on the other side of all this. We had that energy before too, right? Following where you're being led. You know, you're constantly getting the downloads. You just gotta listen. You're meant to help others and lead others in whatever capacity that means for you. So I'm definitely getting a lot of like natural healers and things like that for sure. Other fellow spiritualists and things like that who, again, were probably persecuted for going against the grain. Power. Look at that. You have the power. I've got the power. You have the power to do so many things. Some of you might connect with thunder and lightning for some reason. Take that as it resonates. That's like a random message that I just picked up on. Maybe you guys like feel like drawn to watching like thunder and lightning storms. I personally love it. You have embracing on the bottom of the deck here. Let's get one more. I just picked up like embrace your power, you know, and stand in it. There we go. Oh, it came right out. It was on the bottom of the deck before. Now it's actually here on the spread. There we go. I like it. I like it. Embracing who you actually are, you know, and being adaptable. Going with the flow of life, changing. And someone just wrote flow, right? Going with the flow of life, remaining adaptable, changing with the times, right? You have fulfillment on the top of the deck here. You know, a lot of wish fulfillment, a lot of abundance and prosperity coming your way. But you have to welcome it in. And pleasure. Actually enjoy life, right? For so long in past lifetimes, literally past lifetimes, like not just like for periods of time, like no, past lifetimes, you literally vowed to put, again, everything and everyone else above yourself. Enjoy life in this lifetime because you've earned it. Again, where's the justice card? Probably won't find it because there's so many other cards here. But I'm not gonna find it. But point being, like, really just enjoy life and what it has to offer, because there's so much about to start coming your way simply because of the fact that you've done the work. And it's funny because like I'm like going like this, my hands are like cold all of a sudden. But then I happen to look down and then I see her. You know, if you know about like body language and stuff, usually when people do stuff like this, it's because they're closed off. I wasn't doing that intentionally. It just kind of happened, and I'm like, oh, it's like that, like it's channeled, right? It's a channeled message about like that guarded feeling that we have when it comes to like preserving our heart space in ourselves, protection, right? Again, self-preservation, you know, and that's that phobia energy. So now we have to, you know how to release all of that now that we know where it stems from and what we're gonna do about it. Cut some cords, maybe, right? Do some shadow work on ourselves and really, you know, dive deeper into where it's coming. Well, like I said, we know where it comes from now, but what we're gonna do about it to release it. You know, that's the important part. It's okay to embrace it, but now it's gotta be released. Let it go. Create, right? Transmuting the energy, that magician energy that we saw earlier. You have the power to do it. That magician, it's there. All right, my loves. So with all that said, thank you so much for tuning in and being here with me for this very cool reading. I hope that you guys resonated with it and that you found it helpful, all that good stuff. I really appreciate all of you. So just, you know, hit the like button, all that stuff, send some hearts this way, all that good stuff. And, you know, I'm very grateful for you all, like I said. And, so I think I I think I am gonna go live again on here. Um, I think it's just gonna be like a general energy read, just to see what's going on in general. Like when I say general, I don't mean like I'm going in like blind. Just usually I have like an idea of where I'm going with it. I'm just gonna go in there and see what happens. Whatever comes up or shows up and comes out is what you're meant to see at this time. So we're gonna go from there. So I'll be back on probably in the next like maybe 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes tops. All right, so until next time, my loves, I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you soon on the flip side. Bye.